Hey guys, we are back with some more Toronto GM mode. Last time we made the playoffs, and now we are up against the Philadelphia Flyers, and we're going to check out their lines. But before this video officially starts off, guys, just want to make a note that this is a post-commentary. I lost the original recording audio file. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing that could happen is actually losing the entire footage and then, not being able to put the first round up on YouTube. That would be a disaster. But yeah, here's the Philadelphia Flyers lines. Simmons, Giroux, Voracek, Lofton, Couturier, Shen, Raffle, Konechny, Brower, and then Allender, Allen, and Downey. So, I mean, we definitely have their third and fourth line beat. I would say we have the second line beat as well, just because we have the 90 in Kadri on there. But I would say their first line beats ours just because of Drew and Voracek. They're a little bit higher than in overall than Taylor Hall and Willie Nylander. So I give offensively to the Flyers. And yeah, it really sucks that I lost that audio file, but hey, I mean, you do what you got to do. I was gonna put music over playoffs. You gotta just find a way to do that somehow. Just commentate it, even if it's post commentary. It's better than just speeding it up, putting music on. It's like what the heck was the point in that? And anyway, just comparing it here to our lines. I have no idea what I'm doing on the San Jose Sharks there, but I believe I'm gonna switch over to defense here in a second. But I may as well, yeah. So may as well start talking about that. So defensively, the Flyers have Hag, Gostisbehere, Valiev. Does that say? Yeah, Valiev, Delzato, Provorov, and Jelena. So defensively, I'd say besides the third pair, which we beat them with 285s, I'd say we're pretty even just because they have 288s, we have a 92 and an 87. I mean, but you know what? No. I give the first line defensive core to us just because we have the 92, and then Stellars they have in there at an 84 as a goaltender. So should be pretty easy for us in terms of goaltending because John Gibson beats out Stellars, and even Anders Nielsen beats out their backup goaltender. So should be all set. Getting right into game one here. And come on, Maple Leafs. Let's get her done. First period. All right. So obviously, guys, I already know what happens, but I'm just going to act like this is an actual live commentary. So here we go. Second period. All right. There you go. Kyle Palmieri on Anthony Stellars, the two Jersey boys. Third period. Come on, boys. Get her done. Get her done, boys. And there you go, Goldobin. I actually forgot that happened. Yeah, Nikolai Goldobin scores with 1:04 left in the third in game one, and we are off to overtime. Here we go, boys. Come on. Get her done, Toronto. Let's go, boys. Come on, boys. Convert. Come on now. You gotta get her done here. Second overtime, and yeah, we come out on top with a goal by Tyson Barrie. I was about to say on the power play, but it didn't say power play. So, all right, here we go. Game two. Obviously, there's a lot of clipping on this video, guys, because, again, I didn't really want to commentate all the unnecessary things. I just figured get right into the games. But anyway, 2-1, JVR scored, and I didn't see who else scored from our team, but Konechny scored for Philadelphia. And then going in here to the third period, we still have the 2-1 lead, and if Gibson could hold it, yes, he does, and we get the insurance marker in the empty net with Seth Griffith. So here we go, on to game number 3, I believe it is now. Yep, so first period, here we go, boys. Come on. Yeah, because, yeah, Raffle and Giroux, You really don't want those. You really don't want their first line to get going with Giroux and Voracek. That is not a good sign. But there you go. We scored 3 goals in the second period. Smith, Trocheck, and Hall. So there you go. We're all tied up for the start of the third. Here we go, boys. Come on now. There you go. JVR. He's getting it done. And the Toronto Maple Leafs do not take this one in the bag. I almost forgot about that. The Philadelphia scores with seconds remaining in the third, and we go to overtime. And yeah, that was quite a shock there. But let's get going, boys. Come on now. And what's gonna happen? Philadelphia scores. Jack Voracek, not Giroux and Voracek scored in this game. Two guys you do not want on the scoreboard in the playoffs against your team. And good to see me up a day here. And unfortunately, we lost John Gibson, our goaltender, to the injury bug. Not looking good, boys. Not looking good at all. But Kucherov and JVR score the first 2 goals of this game here. And as you can see, we have Raymakers, of all people, in net. Decided to give him some NHL experience since he was just sitting down there in the minors. He's an 81 overall, so he's the same overall as Nielsen. So that's why I decided to give him the shot. And safe to say that he did pretty well, because obviously getting out of this game 4-1, not bad, boys. Keep it going. Jumping right in to the next game here. I'm not even sure what game it is anymore. I think it's game 5. But yeah, there you go. 2-1 after the end of the first. Taylor Hall scored for us once, and Lofton for them twice. End of the second period, nothing happened. Third period, here we go, boys. Come on now. There you go. Seth Griffith making it a game again. But then Philadelphia comes right back with Gostisbehere. And that is the game. And the Philadelphia Flyers take that one 3-2. I believe we're up 3-2 now. I could be wrong, but I think this is game 6 right here. Yeah, because we had home ice advantage. So here we go, game 6, boys. On the road. There you go. First period, nothing happened. Second period, nothing happened. Come on, boys. There you go, Goldobin. It's looking better and better for us, boys. 10, 9, 8. Come on, boys. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Oh, my God. That's the second time that's happened this series. Claude Giroux, with seconds remaining in the third, gives the Philadelphia Flyers a chance to win it in overtime. And they do indeed do that. Allender, of all people. We're going to a game 7, boys. That's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Going into a game 7 with freaking Raymakers as our goaltender. Come on now, boys. All right, 1-1. Hag for them. Palmieri for us. That's good. Starting out that. Yeah, there you go. And going into the second period with a 1-goal lead, or going into the third period, rather, with a 1-goal lead after the second period. Goal by Nazem Kadri. So here we go, boys. 20 minutes remaining until we can possibly push to the third round. And there you go, Vincent Trocheck with the insurance marker. And that should be all she wrote. And yes, it is. We are off to the second round. Even though we had an injury to our stud of a goaltender known as John Gibson at 89 overall, we still managed to get by with an 81 Raymakers. So that is pretty impressive. But here we're going to check out the stats of all of our players throughout the first round of the playoffs. And there you go. 3 players had 5 points. A few players had 4 points. Many players had 3 points. So, I mean, really more of a team effort here. Especially since we had Raymakers in that. I guess they all figured, you know what, time to play a team game. You know, just sort of break it down a bit easier so that Raymakers doesn't have many shots to face and whatnot. So, you know, I can understand that we didn't have any point per game players there, because more likely to play defense with Raymakers in there than Gibson, or at least I would hope. You know, it's I mean, it is a video game after all, so you never know. They may be more inclined to be offensive, but as you can see there, Raymakers actually has a lower goals against average than Gibson does in more games. That's actually incredible. 1.68 compared to 1.74, so that's not that much of a difference. But again, like Raymaker's 94.49 save percentage, he was standing on his head. He handled the pressure very well in the first round. So I mean, it's good to know that we have a solid backup goaltender, and that will be able to use him next year in the regular season, because he is obviously a stud of a goaltender when he needs to be, when it counts. So that was good. And apparently Nielsen played a game, which he probably just played. Yeah, you know what? He probably just played after Gibson had gotten injured for the remaining time in that game. So I'm thinking that's what that was. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Raymakers did a fantastic job of standing on his head. Now we're going to check out the playoff tree. So your Elite 8, LA beat Chicago, Calgary beats Arizona, Colorado beat Dallas, and St. Louis beat Nashville. So, yeah, pretty stacked conference there. Toronto beats Philadelphia, obviously. Tampa Bay beats Ottawa. Carolina beats Columbus, and Washington beat Pittsburgh. So there's your Elite 8. Don't know why I'm flipping between screens there. LA, Calgary, Colorado, St. Louis, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Washington. Those are your Elite 8 for, what is it, like year 6? Yeah, I think it's year 6 now. Jesus Christ, time flies. Anyway, that'll be about it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in round 2 when we face the Tampa Bay Lightning.